Applefest weekend continues here on OntarioOval.com, and our next guest is the driver of the Billings Automotive, Pastime Motors, car number 74, regular at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway, Matt Billings, last year's Syracuse Sportsman Champ. So tell us about your first year as a modified driver compared to your last year as a sportsman driver.
It's been interesting. It's a different class for sure. Lots of guys are all tougher. They've been doing it forever. Seems like it. If they want to get by you, they'll put a move on you, and I'm kind of getting used to it. The car, about halfway through the season, we kind of got struggling with the setup, and we kind of got back to just basic and setting the car up how we knew to set it up instead of trying all these fancy things out. And I think in the month of August, I think we ran really good. I got 3 seconds or something at Brockville, and I wrecked a lot in August. But other than that, it's just been plugging away and learning a ton. It's if you're not learning, that's the name of the game, learning and trying to compete the best you can. And I think we're starting to do that as the year went on, and I'm looking really forward to next year. I think we will do pretty well next year, I think.
You won the Race 101 scholarship in the off-season. Any of that knowledge you'd acquired down south from in class and some of the written stuff that you could apply during this season?
Huge. I learned a lot about shocks. That's been one thing. I think we went down in March, and I told you at Brockville one time, we got to play with a shock dyno. Like when do you get to play with a shock dyno for a day, and just seeing what different pistons and different thou shims will do in a shock is totally beneficial to reading a shock graph and seeing a track that's got lots of bite and moisture in it compared to a track that's so dusted off, and what shock to put on and what will work, nitrogen pressure, and that's been really beneficial this year. And talking to media, I think I'm getting decent at it or better, so that's been another plus.
The one thing I told Matt was to be himself on the microphone over the years, and you keep that up. Now, one of the things that disturbs me after we had our little chat before we went on air here is the pre-race meal seems to have changed. What's going on?
I don't know. I had too many poutines last year, and the suit got big, so I had to get a new one. So Dad told me to knock it off, or we're going to have to buy another one. So
rest of the season, what do you got planned? Some tour races and, of course, the big Northeast Fall Nationals?
Actually, we're going to be done until Syracuse. I'd like to put a car – this is what I told Dad. I said – I want a good car for Syracuse. I don't want a half car to run everywhere else. And from doing it with a Sportsman last year, it is a ton of work to get ready to have a car for Syracuse and then go over to Roman Wheels the next day and have a competitive car to run up front or try to compete or make the show even. And so I'd like to just focus on Syracuse and put all that for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll be at Brockville, and we'll try to get into the 358 race, and then we'll try to get in the big block race, and that's my year. So,
you have a big block ready? You're going to go with the small block?
No, we're going to run with small block. We don't, unless you want to get me one.
I thought about it, and then I said I run a 4-cylinder on a regular basis, so I don't think it's really going to help you. I think it's interesting what you said about Syracuse. So the plan is the Futures race, I'm thinking, and then going for the big race on Saturday.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we're going to do it. We bought a motorhome, a 1985 Corsair. It's got shag yellow carpet on the walls and on the floor, so hopefully that'll be nice. We'll be rolling in style, and just going to go down and have some fun and see if we can make the show. And just to be a part of the show, that'll be neat for the first time, and looking forward to it.
You and your dad basically do this pretty much by yourselves. It's sort of been neat to watch how much fun you two have together as a result of this.
Yeah, it's I don't know, when you're with each other for 24/7, I guess you'll get to know each other, get on your nerves every now and then, and tell each other to, But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I don't know how to go to a racetrack without my dad. So that's I've been doing it since I was 10, so that's kind of nice, and I really appreciate all the hard work and effort, and of course the money into the aspect of the sport. And I don't know really what I'd do without him.
Last question, let's talk about tonight a little bit. Some Merrittville cars, some Brockville cars, sort of a nice mix here on a track that seems to me hasn't been all that nice to you.
Well, other than the one win, it's I'm looking forward to it. I don't mind the place. It's neat. I like the whole gotta go over a bridge to get on the track, and there's a creek running down the backstretch. I think that's neat myself. So I don't know, look for a good finish. Got a good pull, drew 10th like I told you, and see what happens.
Sort of the Wrigley Field of dirt tracks.
Yeah, I guess.
Matt Billings, our guest on OntarioOval.com. Good luck tonight, my friend.
Thank you.